Good morning, gang. Good morning. Welcome to this week's update on Bitcoin. First things first, as usual, remember everything we discussed today is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my view on the market and it's for educational purposes only. Right, now that crap's out of the way, let's talk about what's happening. Well, first and foremost, we've had a new monthly close. Obviously, August is out of the way now and we're starting to make our way into September. August closed flat, which is no real surprise. So obviously we're in a range bound environment, so it makes sense. Now it's time to see what September brings. Obviously there's a lot of chatter on the internet, especially on YouTube, about September historically being a bearish month. The stats are there, but can we trade from that? Not really. We just need to trade what the charts give us. So zooming out to the weekly, again, we're still in a downtrend. We do have a slight possibility of creating a higher low, but again, until we start to see this move out of here, then we're still in a downtrend for the time being. Also, the daily, we were talking about this last week and the week before, that obviously we were in an uptrend, creating higher highs and higher lows. At the time last week, we had created a low, and I said that I were looking for either now a higher high to continue the uptrend or to confirm the structure breaking down, which is then we've got a low, we've got a lower high, and now we've got a lower low. So all three high time frames are now in a downtrend. Could we be finding a base down here? Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. For now, we've been talking about this same channel for far too long now, but if we just get our magnet tool back on, click here, and click here. So as we've said quite a lot, until we break out of this channel and start forming a high time frame bullish structure, now I'm talking daily, weekly, monthly, then there's no reason to start getting overly excited for new all-time highs. In fact, there's, as we've discussed quite a few times, there is a heck of a lot of resistance above us that Bitcoin needs to get through. Lots and lots of things could happen. Even something along these kind of lines could happen. We don't know. We don't know because there's so much resistance above us that we just need to play level to level. If we start taking out these highs and we start taking out on significant volume, significant open interest, and significant positive delta, then yeah, fair enough, we might start looking at new all-time highs at that point. But until then, it's pointless getting macro bullish. The whole environment right now is still bearish. It's as simple as that. So let's talk about the current range. So let's turn off this channel for the time being, and let's zoom into the daily, and let's just zoom right in. So obviously we've been range bound. We've been range bound for quite some time. Just chuck on a volume profile here. We can see this is the same volume profile that we've been looking at now for since roughly around here, which is roughly around June. And obviously we're now in September and we're still within the same volume profile, so the same value area of this range. And what we were talking about on last week's video was we were looking to see if the point of control holds. If you remember the video 2 weeks ago, price action was up here, and I was saying at the time, if price is accepted back into the value area, then initially I'd be looking for the point of control, which we got this bounce, and we bounced along the point of control again. And if Bitcoin struggled to hold this point of control, then I'd be looking down at this value area low, which is this green box territory here. And lo and behold, this is what happened. Let's zoom into a 4 hour. Bulls could not hold the point of control. And what happened is we broke down again and we came back down to the value area low. So this is the power of these volume profiles. So if you don't use these on your charts, then start throwing them on. When you see a clear range, like the range that we're in right now, throw on a volume profile because we can see where the bulk of the volume is traded within this range, which then also gives us some good SR levels. Obviously, we've got the point of control, we've got the value area high, and we've got the value area low. It's a great way to start finding confluence when you're trading. So, what could happen here? Can we get a significant bounce from here? Can we go lower? Can we go higher? What are we looking at? Right, okay. So, first things first, if Bitcoin does bounce here, well, we know straight away that we've got significant resistance here. So we've got a fair few things here. We've got some naked point of controls here. We've got the point of control here. And we've also got an SR level in here as well, a high time frame SR level, which we can throw on now. If we manage to get above this and then take out these highs, then we've got this area here of single prints. Oh, didn't mean to do that one. Magnet, there we go. We've got this area here of single prints. If price can get accepted into these single prints, then I expect it to move through quite fast. Some people might call this an inefficiency. And if that happens and we reclaim this point of control, then again we're looking up to this fresh monthly level here, which ties in with the value area high. So right now we're looking at significant resistance here, significant resistance here, and obviously then ultimately then we've got the top of the range up here. Now what happens if these lows don't hold? Well, first things first, we can either look for a swing failure of these lows here and tap this fresh daily below for a bounce. That's one option. So obviously right now we've got a lot of stops resting in this area. Just draw a box on here. We've got stops rested in this area here. So obviously if price does come down into this area, sweep the lows for a swing failure pattern, taps this daily perhaps a little bit below it, and then comes back up, then we've got a nice SFP, and then we're back into this range here. If that doesn't hold, then I'd be looking for price to move even lower. And first point of call would be the range lows, which are based on, let's get the magnet tool back on. Here we go. So obviously the range lows here, which is coming in roughly around 17.5, which is obviously in line with the macro low at the moment. But as I said on last week's video and the week before's, then if it does come down to this level, then ideally what I'd be looking for is either a bounce here or maybe a swing failure pattern, reclaim back in and then up, and then you've got a nice long trigger there. Now again, it's not just a case of long forget about it and hope that this is the trade of the century. This would be a case of taking profits at set levels, so obviously coming back up into the value range. You know, if price can get acceptance back into the value range, then we look for the point of control. If price can get above the point of control, then we look for the value area high. It's just level to level trading. You know, it's very simple. Take profit levels is this. If we do get this sort of action down here, price comes up and it doesn't get accepted back into this value area, then we could see another rejection. So then you've got a short entry and then you're going to be hedged. Okay? Right now, we're still hedged in the group. So right now, we still have a long from here. We still have a short from here. And we've also got another short from here at the moment. So this is what we're looking at right now. So hedging's a great way. So therefore, you don't have to worry about which direction the market goes in because you trade in both sides. Yes, one of the trades will be stopped out at some point, and it does happen, but it's absolutely fine because if you stopped out, you should have already taken profit at certain points. You know, the short that we've got here, we've already taken profit down here, down at the value area low. Now my stops are at entry, so therefore if price does blast back through, then I just get stopped out, but I'm stopped out in profit. Again, same with this trade here. We've taken profits. If price does blast through and break out, then it stops me out at break even, but I've already taken a lot of profit. Exactly the same with this trade here. You know, you've got some of these moon boys on YouTube and Twitter right now that have potentially got longs and decent longs from these sort of areas, but they've not taken profits. You know, at the range highs, so they're now holding that and losing money coming back in here. And then what happens is, what if price does break down? They get stopped out, they lose money, and it was just a complete waste of a trade. Not to mention the fact that they're holding these trades and they're paying funding on these trades, unless obviously they're holding spot, which they're not paying anything obviously in that case. So obviously that's what we're looking at right now. Now, ultimately, what happens if we don't get a bounce here? Well, we need to then zoom out a little bit further, don't we? So let's turn off this, and let's zoom back out to the daily. So if the current range lows don't hold, then we could be looking, and yeah, this is probably going to scare a few people, but we'll be looking down at the old 2017 value area. So this is the Bybit chart, so this only goes back to November 2018, but obviously we do have price action from the old 2017 highs at 20k. So this is the value area of that overall range. So I've used a different chart to import these value areas here. So if price does lose these levels here and breaks down, then what we're looking for initially is I'd be looking down at these kind of levels. So if this value area high holds, great, we might see a bounce, we might see a little swing failure into it and then up. If we get no reaction here and it just goes straight through, then we've got a monthly level around here, which is coming in around 10,600-ish. That's a fresh monthly level, by the way. And then if that doesn't hold, then I'll be looking down at this point of control. Now, yeah, you're looking down at 6.5k, and some people might get scared, but the only people that should get scared down at these kind of levels are the people that are still holding positions from up here. And quite frankly, why are you holding a position from up here? Especially on the high time frame when we confirmed a downtrend, not only on the daily, but we confirmed it on the weekly and then the monthly. You know, you had plenty of time to get out of your position. So why didn't you? So if you're holding it all the way down here, then these prices are going to scare the shit out of you. But realistically, for any trader, these prices would be amazing. That'd be a blessing. You know, how many times have you seen, you know, you see people that bought back down around the March 2020 lows, or even before that, and you say, oh, you were lucky because you got in early. Well, what if you do get another opportunity? You know, what if we do lose this level, and what if we come down to these kind of levels? Then you've got that same opportunity. But the only reason why you're mad and you're angry is because you've just held on to this, because you've been listening to Moon Boys saying, hodl, 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 hodl. Well, I'm sorry, but you're down over 70%. Assuming that you joined the market up here, or you started buying up here because everyone was telling you it was going to 100k. So learn your lesson, and next time, perhaps, for the next bull market, you'll be more prepared. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Obviously, if these macro range lows don't hold, we'll be looking down at this value area high. If that doesn't hold, we do have a level around, call it around 10,000 to 10.6. If that doesn't hold, then I will be looking down to this point of control, which is roughly like 6.5k, and obviously get your value area low just below it. Obviously, if these levels don't hold, then wow, yeah, game over. We're all going to get scared. Jokes. Again, another big opportunity. So that's what we're looking at. Obviously, to the upside, if we zoom back in, let's go back into the 4 hour. Zoom back in. Throw on our SR levels again. To the upside, obviously we've talked about this before. If we throw a fib retracement on here, we've got the golden pocket up here, which is coming in around 26.5k. If price does get over that 26.5k, then I'll be looking back up into this range here, which also lines up with the overall macro range lows coming in here. Obviously, I'll be looking whether we get a rejection there or it goes straight through. But for the time being, you know, all time frames are looking bearish. So until we start changing some serious structure on high time frames, then there's no reason to get macro bullish. Just, you know, take profits at sensible levels. Don't hold on to trade, hoping for the home run, because it's just not going to happen. And if it does happen, then you pulled a lucky one, didn't you? Right. That's about it. So if you guys want to join our free Discord and come in and share charts, look at other people's charts, look at other people's setup ideas, look at my setup ideas, then we've obviously got the free Discord. The link's down in the description. If you guys want to learn how to trade like we do, then check our website, which is spitfiretraders.com. Again, the link's down in the description. Via our website, we've got access to over 50 hours of educational video content, ranging from beginners through to advanced trader, and this teaches strategies such as scalping, intraday, swing trades, not just for Bitcoin, but for altcoins, stocks, forex, whatever. Yes, it's a paid service, but I'm pretty sure you'll agree that these rates are more than reasonable. And if you don't follow us already on Twitter, then check the link down in the description. Go follow us on Twitter, because we do post updates and a lot of shit posting as well. Alright guys, so that's it for this week. Trade safe, level to level, don't get greedy, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.